Welcome everybody. Today again I have come with another video of my channel Retail Banking to Corporate Customer Due Diligence Part 2. Since I have already given the customer due diligence introduction, as I told in my earlier video too that I will come back with a part 2 of the customer due diligence, so I have come back. Customer due diligence is a very big actually. It is not just definition that you need to know CDD is customer due diligence, basic thing is done, nothing like that. It's a very big part, therefore I have come with a part 2 of it. Thank you for watching my channel. Keep commenting on it and help me how to improve it. So as we have seen, KYC have multiple steps. Initial is CIP, then is CDD. I have already explained CIP in my earlier videos. So today I have come with CDD part 2. Let's go ahead and see what is CDD. So I have defined what is CDD in my earlier video. So in reality, what happens in CDD? Because even after CDD, EDD is going. After EDD, if account is getting okay, account is getting opened, or it is getting closed, or it is being rejected. So actually, what happens in CDD other than checking? So therefore, I am here to explain it. After CIP, that is Customer Identification Policy, the next phase in AML KYC onboarding lifecycle process is customer due diligence phase, which involves assessing the client or the customer to determine whether the person or the company should be given a low, medium or high risk AML rating. So this part is self-explanatory. So as per the KYC lifecycle, CDD is the second part. So here we are mostly determining the risks associated with the individual or the entity. Here only the risk categorization is being given to the applicant. So during CDD, the customer is also screened for PEP, that is politically exposed person list, and OFAC sanction list. I have explained this PEP very nicely in my earlier videos and regarding OFAC too. But today also I am going to show you what is actually OFAC list. So this OFAC is mostly authority, or is a kind of a regulatory agency of US which puts both political as well as economic sanction. Along with that, a SDN list is being maintained which have input from European Union as well as UN, which contain both SDN and non-SDN list. SDN is specifically designated national list. Today I am going to show you the actual SDN list. Second, consolidated sanction list. The sanctions are respect to both political, economical as well as regarding to money laundering. Since recently we have seen in the news that multiple sanctions is being put on Russia regarding the war in Ukraine. So both sanctions are politically as well as economically as well as linked to money laundering. And last, additional OFAC sanction list. So all these lists are being compared in CDD. So let me show you what is OFAC and what is SDN list. So it is the Google Chrome which you all have. So let's type OFAC list. Sorry, my net was not working. OFAC list. Okay, here you can see multiple OFAC list of countries. Russia, Iran is there. So let's see what is actually OFAC list. So you can go to this link. Okay, here US Department of Treasury has come. So search for OFAC sanction list. Click on to here. You will find sanction list search of OFAC. So here it is asking for type, name, ID, program, address, city and province. Let's type a name which is very popular in India. Okay, which is Dawood Ibrahim. Let's see what OFAC has to say about Dawood Ibrahim. Search. Okay, I have not mentioned any city, state or province. We can mention state, country as Pakistan. Let on a wild guess I am saying even. Okay, so let's see what has come. So these are the details which are present with OFAC. And Dawood Ibrahim is not a terrorist. He is a SDN. He is a specifically designated national. Okay, so what it is, there is also an entity, Dawood Ibrahim organization. So what OFAC is saying, that he is having this address and he is an individual. Let's click onto it and see what is inside it. So according to OFAC, that is US Sanction Authority, Dawood Ibrahim is an individual who is born on this date. He has born in this location and he is a SDN. And on which country he is claiming to have citizenship, that is India, Pakistan and UAE. So these are the passport which he have used while traveling, and this is the issue date of those. And these name aliases he has named in his passport and other documents, and these are the addresses which he has used. Okay, this list get updated every time, not only for a single individual, for multiple individuals. You can also go and search in this list. You can need to just Google it. Now see whether there is a SDN list or not. Click onto the SDN list. SDN list is of multiple types and varieties. Okay, depending upon the type of regulatory we are searching, we can go for that OFAC list. It could be a foreign sanction evader list, it could be a sectorial sanction identification list, Palestinian Legislative Council list, which means that OFAC has maintained different lists for different places and depending upon the sectorial places. So depending upon your case which you get while doing your AML KYC cases, you can go on to that. So now I have shown you how to search an individual in SDN, non-SDN and OFAC list. Let's go back to our presentation. So now coming in this phase, as earlier I told you, in CDD what happens, that we check the risk rating, and how we check the risk rating, we go by the different list which internationally has been maintained. So in this phase, the know your customer is being evaluated and given a risk of doing business with score, which can be assessed during later KYC check. This point is very critical, risks of doing business with. Let me give you another example onto it, because this concept is bit difficult to understand. Risks of doing business. So giving an example, this article is been published by US Department of State. As you all know that Burma military has overthrown the government which is in Myanmar. The military has overtaken the government in Myanmar. So US has declared that whomsoever will do business with Myanmar, it has been designated as risks has been designated as high, that is risks of doing business with Myanmar, since the government has been removed and military coup has taken place. So what kind of business with Myanmar should be considered high risk? State-owned enterprise, business with gem and precious metal, real estate and construction project, armed, military and equipment related activity. This example I am giving you to explain you this risks of doing business thing. I am also attaching this article in the links, you can read onto it later. So based on various factors such as type of business, source of income or wealth, expected cash transaction, location, resident of business, the customer can be classified as low, moderate or high risk. Type of business means what kind of business is doing. It could be a narcotics, it could be a transport business, it could be a port business. Source of income and wealth, I have explained this concept very nicely in my earlier videos, you can go and check on it. Expected cash transaction means the profile the customer has opened the account during onboarding is matching with the transaction or not. Location of the resident, there are certain places in United States which are very popular for money laundering. So those places, if customer is belonging, it need to be taken as high priority, because in India also we have certain places we maintain which we called as civil negative list. So whomsoever is applying for a loan from that location is being deemed as high risk. And last but not the least, location of the business. Suppose a customer is having a fishery or seaweed business, but he is having the business location too far from sea or any known riverbed. So it is a kind of a suspicion. So in CDD, what we do, we give a risk categorization. So to basic categorization for assessing a risk are first of all address and domicile. As you all know what is domicile in bank, since we know domicile means the nativity of the person. Suppose a person is having his nativity at Washington with doing business in California, so it is a kind of a suspicion, because he is traveling like 5,000 kilometers from his local place to a very different place to do a business. So this is one of the factors for categorizing risks. Now coming of business industry, certain type of businesses such as ammunition, medicine or weed or consumption of marijuana or trading of marijuana are considered as very high risk business. Now coming a name and type of the customer, as I have explained you the SDN and OFAC list, if any person is popping up on those lists, so it is a kind of a very high risk. And type of customer, if the customer is saying that he is always traveling, he doesn't have a permanent resident, so this type of risks are considered as a high risk customer. Anticipated type of account activities, suppose the person is saying that he is a student or a very normal individual, so the type of transaction in his account would be according to that. Even though he is earning something, so he should having normal salary transaction, but if certain wire transfer or huge amount of money got deposited in his account, like more than $10,000, so it might indicate toward high risk. Now coming on foreign and domestic account, suppose the customer is saying that he is having an international account in India, who is being a resident of US, he need to declare it, or he is having any other account in any other currency or euro, he need to declare it. Such customer who is having account in more than one currency need to be taken as high risk. Now coming on last on the PEP screening, if we got to know that a person is politically exposed or holding any significant position in any government owned or state owned organization, they need to be categorized under risk assessment. So in CDD, what we learned in CDD, first of all we need to assess the risk categorization depending upon the multiple list. And what are the categorization of risks? Address and domicile, business industry, name and type of customer, anticipate type of account activities, foreign or domestic account, and PEP screening. Now coming on actual risk assessment. So if the risk assessment is coming between 1 to 3, it is a low risk. It could be a salaried account, or it could be a student account, or normal ATM debit card transaction. If it is coming between 3 to 5, it is a medium risk. It could be a stockbroker account. It could be, a fast food chain business, cash incentive business. Or if it is coming more than 5 or 5, it is a high risk business, which could include narcotics, which could include marijuana, drug trafficking. So these three categories are being given. Now let me clear you one thing: high, medium and low, these are KYC consideration, and this low, medium and high risks are risk categorization. Combining these two factors, the final risk assessment has been done. So kindly like this video, kindly subscribe it, and kindly comment onto it. As I am also from banking field, I have set a target for my videos: 10,000 views and 1,000 subscribers. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any feedback, kindly put it in comment section. Thank you.